Hello everyone, welcome to this video on the discussion about the part 1 questions related to the topic trigonometry. Starting with the first question. If d is the length of an arc of a circle of radius r and theta is the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle, complete the following table. So we are given with a table to complete some of the parameters such as d, the length of the arc, r, the radius of the circle, and theta, the angle subtended by the arc at the center of the circle. So if we take the first column, the radius and the angle are given and we are asked to find the length of the arc d. So if the radius and the angle subtended at the center of the circle are known, then the equation for the length of the arc is given by d equals r theta, where theta is in radians. So therefore d equals 3 times, as the angle needs to be given in radians. So converting the angle to radians would give us 30 times pi over 180, which equals to pi over 6. Then by substituting the value there, we get 3 pi over 6, which is pi by 2. By substituting 22 over 7 for pi, we get the answer as 1.57 centimeter. Now moving on to the next column, where d and theta are given, so the value of the r needs to be found. So r equals to d over theta. So theta is in radians, therefore 9 by 2 pi over 3, which equals to 9 times 3 by 2 pi. So 27 by 2 times 22 by 7, where we take the 7 to the top, it becomes times 7. By simplifying, this expression would give us 4.3 centimeters. Moving on to the third column, we have value of d and r. The angle subtended at the center of the circle needs to be found. Therefore theta equals d over r. d equals to 2, r equals to 4. So 1/2 radian. So moving on to the next column, d equals r theta. So r equals to 2. The angle needs to be in radians, so we times it by pi and divide it by 180. So x pi over 180. And by simplifying, we get pi x over 90. Then we need to find the value of r. r equals d over theta, 5 by 1.3 radians, which gives us 3.85 centimeters. Now moving on to the last column, we need to find the value of d. So d equals r theta, so 10 centimeter times the angle, but here the angle is in degrees and minutes, so it needs to be converted to radians. So here, adding to the conversion to radians, there's one more step which we have to do, is to make 47 degrees and 18 minutes into degrees. So to do that, we need to find the decimal value of 18 minutes. So we take 18 over 60 and times it by 100. Since there are 60 minutes in 1 degree, and to get it in decimal values, we do this step. So we get 18 times 5 over 3, which is 30. So now we can write a decimal number in degrees. So 47.30 degrees is the angle. Now converting this angle to radians would give us 47.30 times pi by 180. Then by substituting and simplifying the expression, we get 8.26 centimeters.